I tried online surveys for 3 days, and what I discovered is something most people never tell you, because the truth is not that surveys don't work. The truth is that almost everyone does them in the worst possible way and then blames the system. So before you quit or assume it's a scam, let me tell you exactly how I approached this experiment and what really happened, because for 3 full days I treated online surveys like a job, not like a lottery ticket, and that mindset changed everything. On day 1, I didn't even start with surveys. I spent 1 hour researching which platforms actually pay and which ones waste your time, and I learned quickly that the biggest mistake beginners make is signing up to random websites they find on Google or YouTube comments. So instead, I focused on established platforms with real payment proof and long-term users, and once I chose my platforms, I created a fresh email address just for surveys so my main inbox wouldn't get flooded. Then I carefully filled out my profile with consistent information, because survey systems filter people based on age, location, income, and interests, and if your profile is empty or inconsistent, you will get disqualified again and again, which is the #1 reason people think surveys don't work. On day 1, I completed only short surveys, 5 to 10 minutes each, because long surveys are risky if you get rejected near the end, and I timed everything. I wanted to know how much money per hour I was really making, not just how much I earned, and after about 3 hours I noticed something important. Most of my disqualifications came from rushing through questions, so I slowed down and answered like a real human, not like someone clicking for money, and immediately my acceptance rate increased. By the end of day 1, I didn't feel rich, but I felt informed, because now I knew which surveys accepted me and which didn't. On day 2, I changed strategy completely. Instead of logging in randomly, I logged in during peak hours when companies post new surveys, usually in the morning and early evening, and I turned on notifications so I could enter surveys before they were full, because speed matters more than effort in this game. And this day I focused only on surveys that paid at least $1 for 10 minutes or less. I ignored low-paying ones, and I also learned to recognize trick questions that check if you're paying attention. Like select strongly disagree for this question, because if you fail those, you get blocked from future surveys. And by the end of day 2, something interesting happened. My dashboard showed more available surveys than the first day, which means the system started trusting me. And that's something most people never reach because they quit too early. On day 3, I tested the final level of this method. I combined surveys with microtasks like product testing and opinion panels, which pay more but require you to qualify first. And this is where the real difference appeared, because instead of doing 20 tiny surveys, I did fewer but better ones, and I noticed that honest answers, stable internet connection, and not switching devices mid-survey made a big difference in completion success. And when I finally cashed out at the end of the 3rd day, I realized something very important. Online surveys are not a way to get rich, but they are a way to turn wasted time into controlled income, like time you would normally spend scrolling or watching videos. And the biggest lesson from this 3-day experiment is that the system doesn't reward speed, it rewards consistency and data quality. So if you treat it like a real task, set a daily time limit, choose the right surveys, and protect your profile reputation. It becomes predictable instead of random, and that is the real secret nobody explains properly, because most videos just show earnings without showing the process, but the process is everything, from choosing legit platforms, to building a trusted profile, to logging in at the right time, to selecting high-value surveys, to answering like a human and not a robot. This is how you actually make online surveys work for you instead of against you. And after 3 days, I didn't just earn money, I earned a system. And a system is always more valuable than luck, because luck disappears, but a system can be repeated again and again by anyone who understands it.